Good evening, everyone. Do you know what time it is? It's a Saturday and 6 p.m. in the evening. I hope everyone is doing great. And thanks for tuning in, as always, and thanks for your support. So it's time for In Harmony with Ershad on Air Television Network, as always. So as you know, on Saturday at 6 o'clock in the evening, every week, I come live. And we have fun-filled episodes every week. And there are some amazing guests, amazing musicians, amazing personalities. We try to bring them to you. At the same time, the idea of the show is to connect people all around the world. So there's no exception tonight as well. That's what we're going to do. And we have some amazing guests from different parts of the world. And as you know, some usuals and the updates, the news updates, and the conversation, everything will be there. But at the same time, some music that we haven't heard before, because these amazing guests hadn't been into the show before. So it's their first time on the show, and I'm very excited. I hope you're as excited as I am tonight. So without any further ado, let's introduce them to you. So without any particular order, I would like to first invite to the studio ANUSHREE Gupta from India. She's from India. She's from Kolkata. She's from Mumbai. Hi, ANUSHREE. How are you? It's all right. Take your time. Yeah. So ANUSHREE is in lockdown at the moment. So that was a good intro. We'll make it up, and ANUSHREE will make it up. Amazing voice, and we need her to take care of that voice. She needs to attend to that, because you will hear when she starts singing, and we have some amazing music videos as well that we'd get to hear from ANUSHREE. And she had been performing for a long, long time. It's a long list of credits and different festivals and different programs, reality TV shows, a lot of things, and playback singing that ANUSHREE had been doing, and collabing with a lot of amazing producers, singers, musicians in India. ANUSHREE, how are you? All good? Take it easy.
I'm good. I was trying to wind up on this day.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. That's a good intro, by the way. But you're okay. Yeah. I'd like to let everyone know that ANUSHREE is in lockdown, and it's so nice of her to join with us despite the lockdown. And she's not in the hometown, even though she was born in Kolkata. But she's in Kolkata at the moment. But she had driven. How did you come to Kolkata?
I had to fly down.
You had to fly down. So, yeah, she had flown from all the way from Mumbai.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was from Mumbai, and things were pretty bad there. And at home, I needed to come. There are a lot of people who I need to be around. And right now, given the situation, I think it's nice to work from home, because right now the situation is everything's happening on time.
And it's really great to see that you are doing well, first of all, and safe and in healthy situation, I can tell. So let's welcome the other guests we have tonight. So let's welcome Isabella and Felix from London.
Hello.
Yeah, we have our amazing duo, and Felix with the guitar. He'll be supporting Isabella, and at the same time, in his own right, he's an amazing guitarist as well. So great to have you guys. How are you doing?
Good, yeah.
Yeah, great to be back out of the lockdown.
Well, yeah, sort of, almost there.
Yeah,
but, you know.
slowly getting more normal.
It's getting there.
What's the new normal feels like?
Feels better. It's nice to see more people, I think, rather than
you guys
being
are going
stuck
out
by yourself.
Yeah, going out a little bit, to parks and stuff, seeing friends and family. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's
Did
nice.
you start going out when they had allowed us, so that we could go to the park from the same household and do some exercise?
Yeah.
Yeah, you started doing that?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's good.
So,
it's nice to get some fresh air.
Yeah. So it feels good, like the weekend is there. And how was today, the preparation for the show?
Yeah, it's good.
Good.
Good. Feeling good about it.
And have you been doing any other live shows, or you have done, or?
No, well, not since the lockdown. I did one in January.
But I mean, in terms of like live streaming, like
no,
what we
this
did.
is the first one.
Oh, great. So we had last week Chris and Deepa, and this week I'm so happy. So I'm part of the history now. So whenever you say, okay, my live streaming will be with In Harmony with Ershad. So it's great to have you guys. So I'm looking forward to it. I know both of you are so talented, and Isabella, your voice, big fan of you. So let's have a listen. We'll do that. And I would like to invite at this point, we have another guest all the way from Bangladesh, Anwar Sadi, senior news editor from News 24. and with him every week you get to see him. We have some news updates on COVID, and there are some other situations that we get to talk to him about. And Anwar Sadi is coming on screen. We are waiting for him. And in the meantime, once we get okay, Anwar Sadi, welcome to the show. How are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm fine.
Another week, another Saturday.
Yes, it is very nice to meet you in another week.
Yeah, definitely. It's always, I look forward to that, the conversation we have and the update. So there are a lot of other things we'll be talking about, and I understand as well for the information of the audience who are watching tonight that Anwar Sadi will be probably not staying with us till the end of the show. He'll be leaving probably within the next half an hour or so. So I'll try to speak with you quickly at some point, and then we'll let you go. You'll be free. So what's been happening in Bangladesh? Let's have a quick update.
Yes. Before saying about COVID-19, I would like to say about something about Andrew Kishore. You know, he is a very popular singer in Bangladesh, and he played back 15,000 songs in the film. And he was fighting against cancer in Singapore, and doctors say that his lymph issues, cancer issues, returned, so there is no hope. Hearing this, Andrew Kishore said,
this was the second time around. I understand that
Singapore,
first time
he went to back in Bangladesh.
Yeah, so because first time he went to Singapore and he was cured, he was sent back. Then it came back again. He had to go back to Singapore. So that's the second time around that the doctor had. It was terminal, that there was no coming back, and that was really sad. He had been in the film industry of Bangladesh for. I mean, it's. I would say it's a memorable voice. I mean, everyone knows about it, and many of the famous songs. And it's a sad thing as well. And I would say it's a divine thing in a sense that he have some of the songs which talks about, which we can play. And he already talked about the transitoriness or the temporal conditions of human life. The famous song is Haire Manush Rongin Panush, and then Amar Shara Deho Keugo Mati. So songs like that, and which he had sung. So people who are from Bangladesh, they can definitely relate to him. So thanks for mentioning his name, and we'll be doing a tribute show anyway, because we have to celebrate him not as a part of the show. He deserves a whole show where we'll be talking about him, singing his music and, performing. That's the plan. So, yeah, please carry on.
Exactly. I would like to mention only one incident that he said to the doctor that he want to come back in the country in this situation and want to die here in his country. And when Andrew Kishore was a student of college, he was staying in Rajshahi, and then he was very popular singer, and he could echo very properly Mr. Kishore Kumar. And then he went in and visited to the India. Mr. R.D. Burman ji invited him to stay in India permanently, but Andrew Kishore didn't.
Because he wanted to stay in Bangladesh and he wanted to sing for Bangladesh.
Right, exactly.
Wow, that's an amazing thing.
Okay.
And in terms of COVID situation, what's happening now? How bad it is? Definitely it is bad.
Okay, now death ratio is decreasing. Okay, and it is a hope for us that if death ratio into zero, that would be.
Sorry, your line's breaking up, Anwar. So that's why
we want to
make...
get rid of this COVID.
Yeah. So you mentioned that if the death.
I'm back again.
If the death.
The death ratio.
Death rate.
Death ratio.
Is decreasing.
Okay, that's good.
Right. Okay.
And do you think we have passed the peak there?
Do you think we have passed the peak there?
If you consider the information given by the government or government institution, if you only consider this information and data, then you have to say, or I have to say, yes, we have passed the peak. But experts, apart from the government experts, they have an opposite opinion to the government data. They said that this is not possible to understand when the peak prevail in the country, because the test ratio is not large. It is not in the large scale performing in Bangladesh.
Okay.
So it's a different opinion from the different experts.
Hmm.
But we're worried
Well,
about
that's the
some
situation all
situation
around the
here
world.
arise.
Situation all
All the
around the
experts,
world.
they come up with
All
their
the
own
experts,
opinion
they
and
come up
things been
with their own
changing.
opinion and things
By the
been
way, I don't
changing.
know, I'm getting
By
my
the way, I
voice
don't know, I'm
reflected.
getting my voice reflected.
Yes, I hear your echo
Yeah.
also. No problem, no problem. Okay, it is part of life in new normal situation. Okay, you know, there is something happening in Italy, and there was a lead news regarding Bangladesh that Italy said they defuse a viral bomb which went from Bangladesh in their country.
How so?
It is very sad
How so?
for yeah, it is very sad for us
But
in
how
our
did it happen?
country.
Is
But
it
how did it
from the
happen?
people who
Is
are
it
living in
from the
Italy when
people who are
they
living
went
in
back to
Italy when
Bangladesh, they
they went
carried
back
over
to
to Italy
Bangladesh? They
back?
carried over to Italy back.
Right, nearly 247 people went to the Italy, and only 21, 25, I cannot remember the exact number now, was diagnosed as positive corona COVID-19 positive.
Okay.
And so the situation
Okay.
is not good. And in our country, two institution they identified as for giving accused for giving false report of corona investigation. So we are worried about this situation, and government become tough to hospitals along with his two branch in the capital city has shut down by this time.
Hmm.
And the law enforcers are searching for that culprit, the owner of the hospital. uh, uh, by this time, anytime we can hear a good news that that culprit has been arrested. So government has taken a tough decision to prevent such type of fake
It's very sad
activities,
that
It's
etc.,
even
very
during the
etc.
sad that
situation,
during this
people
situation, people
won't consider the
won't
problems
consider
and
the
about
problems
the lives
and
of other
about the
people.
lives
They're
of
still
other
trying
people. They're still trying to
to cash in.
Right,
cash
number
in.
number is very fewer. Okay, but we don't expect a single person doing such thing in this new normal situation. And this is the update. People are doing here fine, but schools are remain closed. Office relaxedly doing performing their duties. And uh, and government and the experts, doctors, they are saying that we should follow the health rules. This is all about the COVID-19 situation from here, Irshad.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you, Anwar.
Thank you,
And
Anwar. And
sorry, I'm getting my
sorry,
echo back.
I'm getting my
So
echo back. So
it's mind-boggling. It's
it's
just
mind-boggling.
oh, it's sending me through. So, anyways, Anwar, the thing is, we'd like to take leave of you at this point, and I'd like to get back to my guest. And we had this update from Anwar Sadi from Bangladesh, a senior news editor from News 24. And as you know, I mentioned before when we started the show that he has to leave earlier tonight. And as you know, sometimes he has his own TV shows in the morning, and he has to get up sometimes. It's a long day tomorrow, so we have to sometimes compromise, and it's a different time zone as well. So we had to take leave of Anwar Sadi. I hope we get to hear from him again with some new news, and the good news, what he was talking about, we'll be hearing about that too. So let's have Anushree back on studio. So I'd like to connect with Anushree. Hello, Anushree.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, it's better now. I don't have to hear my own echo. I mean, did you hear that? I was hearing my own echo. I don't know.
I know. It was all
Yeah, that
kind
was
of rippling.
crazy. Totally setting
Okay,
up.
yeah.
So, Anushree, let's start with that. You have been dubbed as a powerhouse of a performer and very bold and rustic voice. So, is definitely we are born with our timbre and tonal quality of the voice. It's not that's something that we work on and we suddenly come up with that. We are born with that. So is this
Right.
something, I mean, normally the kind of voice you have, the quality of the voice, normally people would go for Tagore songs, say for example, because it's very
Right.
deep and it's very bold as well. So did you ever try being someone from Kolkata? So Tagore is something that is a household name, and his songs, his poetries. Have you tried ever?
Um, mm, how do I put it? Thing is, the way I sound
Mm-hmm.
is not something I have ever controlled. You know,
No,
I
definitely.
think my music teacher always told me that always sing the way you talk. So
Definitely.
to be very like in layman terms, if I talk like "Kemon acho tumi," I cannot sound like oh, you know
Yeah, exactly.
that's bizarre and very stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So when I talk, I'm like "Tumi kemon acho? Ami bhalo achi." So
Mm-hmm.
when I sing,
Mm.
it will be na 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 na.
Exactly.
So I'm very close to my real person. This is like learning alphabet. It's
Yeah.
very simple. It makes
That's a
sense
very
to
good
me.
thing. I mean, it's a technical thing for people who are
Yeah.
watching probably, but
So
that's how the key is found normally. When a singer, first of all, when you go to a teacher, they're like, okay,
yeah,
what's your key? In what key you should be practicing?
right.
So,
But you know what? I started learning when I was 4.
mhm.
I had no idea about key.
I mean, but
At
your teacher
4.
did definitely. They probably
But
found out
he
for you.
always and I was a very I always wanted to do things my way, even at 4, which becomes very annoying for people.
So, what was your way back
Uh,
in four when you were four?
at 4, I wanted to like sit on her lap and sing,
Hmm.
and she was kind of often very tired. Like
You can talk
please get off.
probably since we are talking about the teacher. So, who were your teachers? And definitely, you had learned from
My
different people.
teacher was Beena ma'am,
Hmm.
Beena Roy Chaudhary, and she's fabulous. I don't know if a lot of people know her, but to me, she is, I think, the best teacher one can have. I've had the
Wow.
best
In what
14,
respect? I
15
mean,
years
what
with
was
her.
so different? Or
I think she has never tried to tame me as a
or
student.
impose anything on
She
you?
always, yeah, and that too from a very like when I was 4 or 5 or 6. During that time, of course, I'm like clay. She gave
Mm.
all the raw material. She thought one needs to give to somebody
Hmm.
in the formative years. But as she saw me growing up and I started writing my own material, like I was learning, Indian classical and Rabindra Sangit.
Mm.
And I used to ask her, that so many people come up with Rabindra Sangit albums. They do very well. People love.
Yeah.
So when I was kind of getting into that stage where I'm writing songs and stuff like that, and I was heavily into education, like into studies, so I kind
Hmm.
of did put them together for a long time. So I used to think that I
It's
have
a hard
always been
balance, isn't it?
inspired by. Come again?
This a study thing, the academic career at the same time, music, which I faced myself. It's really a hard balance, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. But I didn't find it hard because I love studying. I love learning. It was always a joyride for me,
No,
and
I
I was
mean,
always
say
really like.
when there's something parallelly going on, and you have to
Yeah,
give
but you don't
yourself to
feel it,
that.
no, Ershad. When you're so young, you don't know what is pressure. You just
Ah,
keep
so how
using
young
those
are we
number of
talking
hours.
about? What age were you at the time? Your school, I think, like you're talking
Uh,
about.
yeah, 4, 5 years
Okay,
old,
all right.
6 years
Okay,
old. I
yeah,
was
I know.
at
You
my
you
school
haven't
and
faced the realities of
my
life yet.
music school. My school and my music school began together. So
Okay.
I never. I thought they're supposed to be taken together.
We'll be coming,
So
we'll be
yeah,
discussing. It's a really interesting discussion. But to start with,
yeah.
I'd like
But what I
to,
was telling you is,
yeah.
like Rabindra Sangeet, what I was telling you is I have always been inspired by him as a songwriter more. So I thought, if everyone kept singing his songs and with so many albums by so many artists, and I thought, oh my God, this guy wrote amazing songs. I should
Hmm.
write songs. No, I
And
should write my own
so
songs.
this is a
And
perfect
that's how
point
he impacted.
where I'd like to introduce because I love one of your songs. It's really deep and it talks about an existentialist crisis, kind of. So you talk about a journey that everyone takes every day of their life, facing different. It's a vicious situation at the same time. It's a blessing, but it's quite confusing as well. Sometimes we. What kind of meaning are we? I'm talking about that song which you have written, and that's the composition you have done. You've tuned it as well. Is Roger Conte. So that's the song.
Roger Cook. That's it. Yeah, yeah.
So, what kind of meaning you're talking about in that song? Once we will be playing that
Roger
song very
Cook
soon.
is, yeah, Roger Cook is basically about. I was thinking when I was writing that song, when I was making the melody, I was in that juncture in my life. It was written 5, 6 years back when
Okay.
I experienced a loop. I
Mm-hmm.
experienced a loop in life where
Ah.
I
It was a
saw that
cycle,
I'm
like
doing
the
a lot of.
same thing every day.
Yeah, no, not really. It's not about the mundane aspect of life. It's
Mm-hmm.
about experiences. It's about emotional experiences. Like I'm
Ah,
evolving, but again, it seems like I'm coming back to the same point. It's like
okay.
every day I'm an embryo, you know.
Yeah.
Like if today 7 o'clock till 12 at night, I'm experiencing a sea of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like I feel like maybe I have not grown up at all the next day.
Yeah.
So it's basically a loop of experience that sometimes make you feel that, oh my God, am I growing? Am I not growing? Am I
I mean, you are lucky
accumulating? Am
that
I not?
you have that creative flair at the same time, that creative journey as well. For some people, for say, for example, when they come out of the university and got a job, and then it's the same cycle over and over for the rest of their lives. They wake up, go to the office, come back, and spend time with the family, watch some TV, eat their dinner, and go back to bed. And then the next morning for 5 days, the same routine. But you're still happy, and it's you're fortunate, I would say, that you had that creative cycle going on. I'd like to listen to that song. How about we listen to that song, Roger Conch?
Yeah,
It's a lovely song. It's a lovely composition. I love the cinematography. I think everyone has to talk about that.
Yeah, I think it has been shot very well by Bojo, a dear friend, and Shubhadeep played guitar.
Wow.
Later, that song actually we recreated with my band, Shukanti ANUSHREE, where Shukanti rearranged it in a different guitar pattern and it came out in our album.
Yeah, we have the song now. Let's have a listen.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. I hope you all like it.
Oh, I love that.
রোজ ভালোবাসি, রোজ গায়ে মাখি, রোজ পথটা চলি কিন্তু সে যে ধুয়ে যায়। মন মাথাকে চায়, মাথা খুঁজে বেড়ায়, কোনো ছুতো না পায় স্বপ্নগুলো পাশ কাটাবার। গান ভালোবাসলি তাই আমার ঠোঁটে লেপিস ছাই। গান ভালোবাসলি তাই আমার ঠোঁটে লেপিস ছাই। আবাকে দু চোখে তোমার মিষ্টি অভিনয় রয়ে রয়ে সত্যি মনে হয়। রোজ ভালোবাসি, রোজ গায়ে মাখি, রোজ পথটা চলি কিন্তু সে যে ধুয়ে যায়। মন মাথাকে চায়, মাথা খুঁজে বেড়ায়, কোনো ছুতো না পায় স্বপ্নগুলো পাশ কাটাবার। বন্ধ চোখে রাতে জাগা রোজ, রাত ভরালে কান্না ঘরের খোঁজ। বন্ধ চোখে রাতে জাগা রোজ, রাত ভরালে কান্না ঘরের খোঁজ। এ ধূসর ব্যস্ত শহর মাপে প্রেম ঘড়ির কাটায়, তোর খয়েরি কোল বালিশের ঠিকানায়।
Beautiful.
Thank
I
you
love.
for sharing that song.
Yeah, it's such a lovely music video. My
song
goodness.
after quite many years.
Yeah, I mean,
Can I
definitely. You
share a
have so many
secret?
different projects going on, right?
Yeah, it's bizarre. Can I share a secret with all our listeners?
Oh, please
I shouldn't,
do. That's what we want to
but
hear.
I don't use filters with my viewers, so I wouldn't use this. I don't like the song anymore.
Why is that?
What happens? You know what happens? It's so funny when you write a song,
Hmm.
and it happens to me. I don't know. Maybe it's a very Gemini thing. I
No, no,
don't know what it is.
I'm gonna share the
But,
same thing with you. That happens to me too. So you finish, then I'll
uh,
add to that.
I when I wrote the song, I have felt something very strongly, and I wrote about it.
Mm.
But when years pass, I wrote it 7 years back. I wouldn't say I can't relate to it, but that song is relevant when I wrote. But
Hmm.
for viewers, for listeners, that will always remain something they love. But for the writer,
Mm.
I have mentally moved on.
Well, we
So
do.
maybe
The
that
thing is that
memory,
Anushree,
yeah,
I
maybe
think the
that
thing is that
memory
once you
is
have
not.
created, that's the job of the creator. So the
I
moment
know.
you had been in that life, I mean, in that part of your life, there might be a different listener. He or she is going through that time.
Exactly. And that's relevant for that person. So this is, I think,
Yeah.
the mystery, the beauty, and the surreal side of music, because the moment it's born, after that you don't know how
Yeah.
it will work and play, and where will it fall,
For
and
any
how will it
creation,
make
I
sense
think
to me.
even if it's a poetry, say for
Yeah.
example, we sometimes, because I write a lot, and even when I create, so I would like to add this thing. So say for example, there are many music, my hard disk is full of many of my creations that I have come up with, the ideas, the inspirations and everything. So what happens after a while, I mean, when I play it for other people, they're like, oh my God, amazing, I love that and this and that, and I get inspired. But then what happens after a few days when I go back to that, many of the songs are not finished, which is not a good thing, by the way. But I'm like, oh, I don't like that anymore. And they would ask me, hey, did you
I know,
finish
I
that
know.
song? I said, no, I didn't. I never got back to that.
And I think one more interesting thing that happens, that like for this song Roger Coach,
Mhm.
when this came out, and this was actually the first song I wrote in Bangla. It was the first song ever I wrote in Bangla. I mean, like released it
Mhm.
in terms of like releasing it. And then this song, people loved this song. They loved it, and I'm so humbled. And it's not a film song or anything, but
But
I
it's a
got
lovely
amazing,
tune.
genuine feedback from people. I mean,
Mhm.
I feel literally blown. I mean, I didn't expect that. I just like put
No,
out a
but
song
it's a
that I
lovely
felt.
tune. The music video and the creation on its own, it has its value, I would say, definitely.
Yeah. The aesthetics, I think, was like everything was on one page,
Yeah.
and I
And
really
you were
made
looking
it
amazing
out.
as well. So on all of your songs,
Thank
I
you.
never seen another model there. So you are always there and it looks good. So
Yeah,
it's always,
that's what happens when you are working on zero budget. You're everything.
I heard the same
I'm
thing.
the
You know, the
doctor. I
other
do
day we had a guest from Australia, Srijani, and she was saying, and she models, she's the model of for all of her music videos. And I said, Srijani, you look great. And she said, okay, that's the same thing. You know, when you have like shoestring budget, and then you really have to
Yeah.
be the model and the singer and the
I'd agree
producer
with that.
sometimes.
I'd
So,
agree with that.
great. So Anushree, I'll come back to you. Let's get back to Felix and Isabella in London, and let's see
Absolutely.
what they're up to and listen to some of their live music. You guys are warmed up?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We're good. We're
So how did you like that song? Did you see
Yeah,
the
it was
Yeah, it
music?
was
fantastic.
Yeah,
so good. Very,
it's
very
amazing.
Yeah,
Well
very
made. I love that. But what she was saying, could you relate to that? Do you face the same kind of things, like you have written a song and after a while you feel like, oh, I don't like that anymore? Does it happen?
all
Definitely.
the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like lyric wise or just like musically as well, I think. Even
What do? You just leave it off, or do you like to update that or do something?
I think it
Sit on it
depends.
for a while usually,
Yeah.
and come back to it, and you never know, you start feeling good about it again.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think songs can take on different meanings. I think it might not mean to you the same as it did
Yeah.
when you wrote it, but I think it can change. The meaning can change with
Well, the thing is that
songs, so.
if you leave it there for the listeners, the thing is they can always relate to that at different points of
Yeah,
their lives. That's what
and they
we're
put
saying.
their
And
meaning to it.
yeah, that's why as a creator we create things.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
sometimes we create out of the inspiration from our own lives, but at some point, even if it doesn't mean anything to us, it's relevant for someone else.
Mm.
So the songs we'll be hearing from you guys today, is it your own songs?
Yes.
Or these are your own songs? Correct. That's great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So which one will we start? If you'd like to give some intro about that, when it was written and what is it about, or who wrote that?
We're gonna start with a song called Iris.
Uh-huh.
That it's a recent song. All the songs we're gonna sing.
You wrote it for one of your.
Yeah, for my university final year project. This is one
You
of the
just
songs.
finished that, so congrats.
Yeah, we've just finished, and this is one of the songs for that, and yeah.
Okay. And what was the inspiration? I mean, was it just because you were under pressure? I have to deliver for the assignment, or is it?
A mixture of both. I'd written the lyrics like 2 years before or a year before or so, and they just kind of sat there with no music to them. And then in the rush of having to do stuff for uni, we were like,
yeah, when the assignment came, like, bring it on. I have my lyrics ready, so don't worry about it. Felix, you do the music. All right, let's have a listen.
We will warn you, by the way, our neighbours upstairs have just decided to start having like a screaming competition.
So sorry if you can hear.
No, I haven't.
It's upstairs.
No, it's fine. It's fine. And that's ambient music anyway, so we don't mind. Let's have a listen.
All right, cool.
I want to let it out of my mouth, say it over and over and over in my head, lying next to you, baby, read my mind. I'm scared to say it to you. Oh, we're feeling, I'm drowning in the sea of you, swimming in my iris, so baby, blue. Day I feel the same way too, as early as it is. I love you. I'm holding back these words, oh, playing the phrase in my mind, lying next to you. Baby, read my mind. I'm scared to say it to you. Over where I'm feeling, I'm drowning in the sea of you, swimming in your iris, so baby, blue. And day I feel the same way too, as early as it is. I love you. Oh, do you not realize my depth of feeling for you? Oh, I would do anything for you. Over where I'm feeling, I'm drowning in the sea of you, swimming in your iris, so baby, blue. Say I feel the same way too, as early as it is. I love you.
Wow, that was great. Amazing.
you.
Love that
Thank
song.
Thank
Great job,
you.
Isabella. I mean, I
thank
know
you.
your voice. I still remember it was one of the performances, I think, in your first year when we were listening to you. And
Loved
do
it,
you
guys.
amazing,
Loved
isn't it, Anushree?
Amazing. I loved it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
Mood,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Loved it.
I mean, I remember what was the teacher who was the jazz teacher?
Oh, Meredith.
Meredith. Meredith's like, when she first listened to you, she was like, oh my God, where's this voice coming from?
Yeah, yeah.
No, and now, it's more mature. It's amazing. Great job.
Yeah.
And Felix,
thank you.
as always, man. Great.
Yeah.
Loved it. Great. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Lovely.
Oh, thanks.
So, Felix and Isabella, in terms of writing nowadays, because you operate more as a duo, I understand. So, who writes or who tunes? Is it like, have you kind of divided it between the two of us, or?
Yeah, it's pretty
set in stone of how we do
like
it.
I'll do the music and Isabella will do the
Lyrics and melody.
the lyrics and stuff.
Okay, so you come up with the tune and then you do the arrangement, kind of. Felix.
Yeah,
sometimes. So, for instance, that song, the lyrics were already there.
But
And
sometimes
I
it
just
might
have to write music, but then a lot of times it's the other way around. There's no real
it's just
formula.
just kind of the only formula is that you write the music and I write the
we
lyrics
have
and
our
sing.
jobs set.
But yeah, other than that, it's quite free, depending on.
But you just put your heart and soul into it. I love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So, what's happening at the moment in terms of during the lockdown? Definitely. How hard did you find it? What were you doing during the lockdown? You guys were
Nothing.
in London?
Yeah. We had a lot of uni work, but now that's all over. It's kind of.
But it's good timing. It's done, and lockdown is left.
It's all over. So now we've got all this spare time to do stuff, but at the moment we haven't really done much. I think it's quite hard to do stuff when there's when you're told you've got all this free time. It's like
still celebrate the time that it's done, it's out of the way, and you are free to go out and do your things. And I'm not sure about live music. What's happening in London? What's the situation at the moment?
You can practice now, I think.
Some rehearsal studios are open, but they're like limiting it to like one person inside because obviously the restrictions and everything. But like live gig wise, nothing.
The only thing I've seen are buskers. I've seen quite a few buskers come back into the street in Kingston where they weren't there before. Now there's people doing that, but I don't know apart from.
You know what? A funny thing I did, and I remember when it happened to me, I got a little scared. When COVID-19 started, I was passing by Kingston Market. And at the time, there was a busker. Basically, he is a very good jazz teacher and senior musician, amazing jazz guitarist. So I got so excited, and I'm a guitarist myself. So I just stood there and listened to him. I was waiting for him to finish. At the time, we weren't supposed to go near anyone. We weren't supposed to touch anyone. I just went near him. I just shook his hands and we were talking, and he didn't mind. We were just sat next to each other, and I didn't know this guy where he was from. And at the same time, he doesn't know where I'm from. So we're taking that risk. And when I came home, I said, oh my God, what have I just done?
Yeah, you just forget. It's such a weird thing.
There's a lot of that.
It's a very weird thing to like see, especially if you see someone you know and that you just can't.
Yeah.
You're like, it's such a weird.
Stay away from me. Don't come near me.
It has to be like that when really you just want to hug them or say hello. So it's a weird thing.
And especially, say, for example, you guys have Felix, you are in London. Yes. But Isabella, you are.
I'm in between. So me and Felix live together in a flat in Kingston.
Yeah.
But my family home is in Kent.
Yeah.
So once we will stop living here at the end of this month.
Okay.
Our tenancy's up, and then I'll be back in Kent.
Did you guys face it like during the lockdown that you couldn't go back home, right? You didn't see your parents for a while.
I managed to go back home before lockdown.
But 2 meters?
Yeah. But it was so I managed to go home, which was nice because we have a garden, whereas here
I've seen it. I think it was with your brother probably that you were trying to. It was, when was it? I said you're
it
looking.
was Easter egg hunting.
Yeah, that was
Easter,
fun.
yeah.
I loved that video. I saw that in Instagram.
Yeah.
And Felix, in terms of, you're very lucky. I mean, growing up in a household where your dad is a musician, I understand. So you're surrounded by amazing guitars, amps, and everything.
Very lucky.
Yeah, always made me jealous.
Yeah.
So, is it the inspiration? That's how it started? I mean, he's a guitarist or a singer as well?
Yeah, he sings as well. Yeah, so pretty much, yeah.
So probably you should give a shout out to him. Definitely, he started all. Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty much that. That was it. Like always into like rock music, guitar, bass music.
Your parents are watching, by the way, tonight.
Yeah, I think they are actually.
Oh, great, lovely. Yeah, definitely. So it's a proper one. So yeah, I mean, having that environment at home, it definitely helps. And Isabella, was it the same thing for you? Anyone sings in the family or anyone in music?
No one really sings in the family, but there's a lot of like piano playing that was encouraged. And my brothers, I think all my brothers play piano, and it's music. My parents are very, very big fans of music, and they've kind of dabbled in it. So it was very like encouraged.
And so you are the one who literally picked it up seriously, is it?
Yeah. I mean, my brothers are really good, but they're more academic. So I'm the one that's like actually gone and done music.
Because it happens like when you're growing up, okay, people play a bit of football and a bit of piano, a bit of guitar, a bit of recorder. That's everyone used to listen to someone. Yeah, everyone is there playing the recorder. So yeah, then slowly the path kind of get diverted.
You decide what you're gonna actually, if you're gonna do it. Yeah.
So yeah, and we are lucky as well that you stayed there. And you didn't divert to anything. And Felix, same for you, man. So I'll talk more about the projects and we'll listen to more songs. So we'll get back to ANUSHREE now. And nice talking to you as always. Great. So ANUSHREE, back to you. So inspiring young talents, as you could see. Amazing voice and guitarist. So ANUSHREE, you sing in a lot of different styles. Say you sing in Bengali, you sing in Hindi, you sing English as well. So you sing in Punjabi, a lot of different styles because your voice.
Indian language.
Yeah, but mostly in Indian languages, different Indian languages. So what different languages you have sung so far?
See, I can, being an Indian, it's not uncommon for one to be aware of many languages because we hail from such a,
Tamil?
So I do write my songs in Hindi and Bangla. English, I don't sing much. I sing, but I don't sing it like.
But you have that. I mean, when you sing, your throwing is more like, definitely, it sounds very westernized. Your throwing and how you sing, your delivery.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people say it's got a very folk, rustic texture.
No,
to it.
say for example, Roger Coach. When we were listening to that, you had the dynamic, the western kind of throwing, and you're pulling back.
Maybe because
softly.
it was more of like a balladish, song. But when I sing folk, it's very rustic. It's very earthy. So I don't know. I think I like singing stuff that comes naturally to me. And obviously, when there are projects where I'm asked to sing, maybe for a film or for advertisements, there I exactly sing as per the requirement, But when I do my own material, recently my song came out called Urja. It came out with the music.
It's unfortunate that we can't play that song due to copyright issues.
I know. I wish.
But you can sing probably. Why don't you sing that song for us?
I'll definitely sing. So I'm part of this duo. We are a composer duo called Shukanti ANUSHREE. So I sing. It's similar to their setup. I make the melody. I write the song. I sing the song. Shukanti is the guy who is the producer of music. Produces the music, plays the guitar and mandolin and everything. So you guys must check out this video. Actually, the video also is very beautifully made, colorful. I'll sing that song for you. But before I sing it, I just want to tell you a little bit about this song because it means quite a lot to me. I wrote this song. Actually, what this song means is everything in nature. Everything that constitutes nature is nothing but a hint for us to find out how to live our lives.
That's deep. I think it's more relevant during the COVID and during the crisis. I think it's very relevant.
But this song was written 2 years back. I'm glad. I somehow in my life everything falls in place. Sometimes
Who
but I
wrote that
never
song
like plan
again?
it out. I
Yeah.
wrote that song.
Wow.
Yeah, I wrote that song. I made the melody. Then Shukanti loved it, and he produced it, and he put in beautiful mandolin lines and very contemporary.
And probably people
electronic,
can watch it if they can go to YouTube and they can watch that song. Has it been released already?
Yeah, just type UDHJA Urja.
Urja.
Means fly.
Is it in Punjabi?
It's Hindi.
It's Hindi. Okay.
It's
so
Hindi, yeah.
I heard. Yeah. Can we have a listen? Can we have a listen if you could sing a few lines?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's do that.
बादलों ने बोला उसको पंछी बन के उड़ जा तू पंछी बोले खोल पिंजरा बन के नदियां बह जा तू पानी बोले बहते बहते माटी से अब जुड़ जा तू धरती बोले कुछ भी कर ले उड़ जा बह जा झील मर ले धरती बोले कुछ भी कर ले उड़ जा बह जा झील मर ले धरती बोले कुछ भी कर ले उड़ जा बह जा झील मर ले धरती बोले कुछ भी कर ले उड़ जा बह जा जिंदगी ने बोला उसको प्यार में बस खो जा तू प्यार बोले हंसते हंसते बन के सपना रह जा तू सपना बोले भूल के सब धरती से अब जुड़ जा तू धरती बोले कुछ भी कर ले उड़ जा बह जा झील मर ले धरती बोले कुछ भी कर ले उड़ जा बह जा झील मर ले धरती बोले कुछ भी कर ले उड़ जा बह जा झील मर ले धरती बोले कुछ भी कर ले उड़ जा बह जा.
Wow, what a beautiful tune. And I'm sure with all the music and the arrangement, it would sound amazing.
I think this song has the best of Shukanti ANUSHREE.
Okay.
Because I think I have, like, if you talk of, I think sound-wise, sonically, melody-wise, as artist personalities, whatever makes Shukanti ANUSHREE, this song describes it the best.
So that's your current duo, that's your band at the moment, ANUSHREE Shukanti?
Yeah, it's like we have been together for 7 years, this band. 8 years.
Okay.
We've been performing all over the country and beyond. And we have done
since we mention about folk songs especially, that suits your voice. I mean, that's something you find that your voice, I would say that it flourishes more. So can we have a listen to one of your folk songs that I have heard? It's a beautiful song by Radha Raman and very popular, Bhromor Koyo Gaya.
Okay.
And it was, you sang for the movie The Play, was it?
Yes.
And Joy Sharkar was the music director, was it?
Yes, Joyda made the music and he made it beautifully.
Is there any background story or anything you'd like to add to that? Or can we go back to listen to the song, or you want to add to that after we have played that song? Probably go and have a listen to the song first. In the meantime, just try to remember if there's any interesting story related to that, and we can share it with our listeners or the viewers. Okay, let's have a listen to Bhromor Koyo Gaya. And yeah, it's a beautiful song and beautifully sung.
ভ্রমর কোয়ো গিয়া শ্রীকৃষ্ণ বিচ্ছেদের অনালে অঙ্গ যায় জ্বলিয়া রে ভ্রমর কোয়ো গিয়া ভ্রমর কোয়ো গিয়া শ্রীকৃষ্ণ বিচ্ছেদের অনালে অঙ্গ যায় জ্বলিয়া রে ভ্রমর কোয়ো গিয়া কোয়ো 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 রে ভ্রমর কৃষ্ণ রে বুঝাইয়া কইও রে ভ্রমর কৃষ্ণ রে বুঝাইয়া মুহি রাধা মুইরা যাইমু কৃষ্ণ হারা হইয়া রে ভ্রমর কইও কিয়া ভ্রমর কইও গিয়া শ্রীকৃষ্ণ বি ছেড়ে রানালে অঙ্গ যায় চলিয়া রে ভ্রমর কইও কিয়া রাধা রমন বলে শুনো রে কালিয়া আইবে রাধা রমন বলে শুনো রে কালিয়া নিভাছিল মনের আগুন দিলা জ্বালাইয়া রে ভ্রমর কইও গিয়া ভ্রমর কইও গিয়া শ্রীকৃষ্ণ বি ছেড়ে রানালে অঙ্গ যায় চলিয়া রে ভ্রমর কইও কিয়া অঙ্গ যায় চলিয়া রে ভ্রমর কইও কিয়া অঙ্গ যায় চলিয়া রে ভ্রমর কইও
Wow, beautiful, beautiful, ANUSHREE. And
so much.
it's really a hard job, or hard task, I would rather say, because it's been sung by so many people all around the world. And even to try to, at some point that you find it hard, that how would you cope with that? It's really hard that you had to emulate, or you had to bring something of your own. That's really hard.
To me, that seems to be the easiest job, when you have to just do it being yourself. For me, it has always been very difficult when I don't know, when you sing a song, for me, it's like, even if it's someone else's song, if it's a cover, in this case, it was a cover, or if it's your own song, you make it your own first.
Yeah.
Then everything sounds original, For me, every song I've sung on stage, be it world folk or be it my own
So what's
song.
the mindset? I mean, what do you normally think? That, say, for example, this song, it's very popular folk song, and how many people had done it, and so many amazing singers had already covered it. So when you first were given the task of singing this song, what was the first thing that you thought about?
The song came about it was very interesting how the song came about. I think Joy Sharkar, Joyda, he's the sweetest person I've met. He had called me and he told me the situation, where the sequence where this song will come about, and he asked me, so I'm looking for a nice, a soft folk song there, something very sultry and something very deep, and I just sang Bromor.
Okay.
And I remember vividly that I sang it, just with my voice, and he just found it on the guitar, and it was C minor. And we have recorded the song in C minor,
Okay, so
he
whatever
actually in
came at the time, it sounded good to him. He said, "Okay, let's stuck with. I mean, let's stick with that."
Yeah, we
key.
didn't even change the key. We didn't even change the key.
Interesting.
And then, of course, when he played the song to me and the way he was imagining the arrangement, I sang so that I blend in, so that I'm in touch with the musicality.
You did
of
a
the song,
great job.
with
And also, even the picturization, when I see that you're performing, you're totally into it. And what really stuck with me,
yeah,
say, for example,
I didn't know I'll perform. After the song got recorded.
whose decision was
after
that?
the song got recorded, it was very. So the director of the film, Ranjan Roy Chaudhary, he's again another প্রচন্ড ভালো ছেলে. No, you can like আমরা ওকে বলতাম
প্রচন্ড ভালো ছেলে. That's nice.
Joyda, who is the sweetest person, he used to tell me, like, Ranjan eto bhalo hoyo na. Don't be so good. Like he used to be disturbed by
What
how
makes him so good? I mean, give an example, probably. I mean, we are all tempted now. Keno eto bhalo?
Like once or twice. He's so good. I'm like, just Ranjan, can you like be? And I'm good at heart, but I can cross as.
I mean, you can be ballsy as well, like strong and,
I think people with strong voices usually are imagined that they'll be strong and bold and arrogant. I'm not all of that. But yeah.
No, you're very friendly. I know that.
I got a great team. Yeah, jokes apart, I got a great team. And then I think a week after I recorded the song, Joyda called me and told me, that Ranjan, the film director, told me that we want to have ANUSHREE in the song, because she sings the song in the movie as well. So I said everything is fine. It's all good as long as I get to be me, in the
wow.
song.
I have a lovely comment that someone was watching. He made a comment on this song, Folk Revival at its best, and someone is beautiful cover. So, well, there's no disagreement with that.
No, definitely people have loved it. And I have to admit, I have to say a lot of listeners from Bangladesh have loved this song.
Yeah, I mean, Radha Raman's song, especially in Sylhet as well, especially London. I mean, people who are watching in London at the moment, many of them are from Sylhet, and definitely when they hear the song, they can go totally gaga, So it's an amazing cover you've done.
About it. This song is not just a rustic folk song, it's got a lot of flares, it's sultry. I don't know, that's how I interpreted the song, when I sang it.
It's at the same time very melodious as well. And
very
how someone...
And if you use restraint in singing it, you can come up with beautiful mood.
And how the estrangement, I mean, as the separation, it's talking about separation between two people, and it's really heartfelt, and you can literally feel that emptiness and the vacuum. It's really...
Song,
what's interesting, when I see that you're wearing a sari, and it was in a bar, that was a very interesting idea for me.
Actually, the thing is, I had no idea it will be in a bar. They told me it will be a bar, and I said, okay, if I sing it, it is ANUSHREE singing, and I want to wear a sari.
Yeah, you always want to be different. You said that you want to do things your own way.
I love that sari. No, actually not, but I don't do it with an effort. I had just got the sari, and I just thought this is the Bhramor sari.
Really spontaneous. I really love that.
Handicraft sari, and I'm like, why not?
And that ring as well. That's the feature of the song. Holding the mic all the time, the ring comes up. That red ring.
Yeah. But that's very I love colors. I love ethnic jewelry. I love ethnic handicraft. I love ethnic music. Like for as far as English music is concerned, as you were telling me, I sing English music. You won't see me doing it live, but I do it with my guitar. I do it, when I kind of do my own thing at home. So somebody had asked me in an interview that why don't you sing English songs live? And I really asked him that, do you ask a person in Britain, why don't you sing a Gujarati song?
Nice. Yeah, very well said.
I love every language. I am extremely curious about languages, Ershad, I always was. That's
so how many languages have you sung so far? I mean, how many languages you have in India especially?
Oh my God, I've sung in all the Indian languages, not so many South Indian languages. I have not explored that side.
But you have done South. Have you done South Indian language?
Yeah, for advertisements I have. For
Wow.
advertisements I have,
Okay.
but for live I haven't. I was almost about to do it, but didn't happen because of the lockdown. I was just
Okay.
on the verge of doing it. I sing a lot of Algerian songs, folk songs
Wow.
from Egypt. I love Sheikh Khaled. I love a lot of Middle Eastern music. I love that mood. Very intense and
Yeah. And it would suit your
uh,
voice as well at the same time.
yeah. So it was not a conscious decision, not to sing English. But
So
I
when
find the
you have
question
sung,
very
say,
real.
Indian songs, it's Bengali, Hindi, Punjabi, and you have
Yeah.
done South Indian languages. What language did you
I
do?
have done, I'll tell you, in Bangla, Baul song, of course, Bhati Ali Bhavai, all that comes into the dialects of Bengali.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, Sindh Punjab,
Can
Sufi.
we hear probably a Punjabi song in your voice?
Yeah,
Definitely.
I would love
I
to.
would
I
love
would
to
love
hear
to.
something. Yeah,
I'll
let's do
sing
that.
you a Reshma Ji song, which I love. I think she's the ultimate gypsy soul ever. I love her, and I'll sing a song of
Please.
hers. So, yeah. शहर भमारा दी कुड़ियों उसनत विच नथ ना पाया मैं भूल गई उस भूल ना लायो यार नाल बनो मुझ न लायो अयो रब्बा नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा अयो रब्बा नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा वो सजड़ा बाज ओया हनरा अयो रब्बा नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा अयो रब्बा नहीं लगदा दिल वो रब्बा नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा अयो रब्बा नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा अयो रब्बा नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा वो जोगी बैठा बीड़ी बजावे दिल मेरे चैन ना आवे नस पई सपाड़ी रोवे सजरा अयो रब्बा नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा अयो रब्बा नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा Thank you.
Wow, beautiful. And it's not an easy task to sing Punjabi songs, especially because it moves in a different
The
way.
harkats are different. Yeah. The harkat is different.
Exactly.
The beautiful part, Ershad, is the harkat in every folk style is so different. And that's exactly what makes you like, if you sing a Pahari song, like something like...
Do a bit of demo for the audience, probably. I mean, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's show us.
The only thing is this song is called Tito. So I don't... The lyrics I don't remember, but I'll do the tune so that, like for this... So, it's a little bit of a meandering like a river. But if you hear like an Assamese song, the harkat style, it's very descending. Like, say, Tito dekhile, oh boli noko bama joni ma joni oi, pagono pani morai dhai, ato to iri galoi, pani to kitak kuma joni ato to iri galoi. So, joni oi, pagono pani morai dhai. Like the way. So it's different, but they're very difficult and complex in their own ways. But I think studying these, it makes you so observant.
And at the same time, that's why you're so versatile. I mean, because you have tried and you research on that. It's not that you just sung them. I think you think about them. You take a song, you sit down.
Yeah.
I can tell. I mean, from how you were talking about it, I can tell.
Yeah. And that's why, and I take it very seriously, buddy, because I'm singing a language.
Yeah.
it's not about that, it's people's sentiments. It's not like that. Because
So when you
I
do
value every
say, for example, a South Indian one, say, do you remember anything?
Oh God, I have to, I had learned
Yeah,
the
I know the
Malayali
lyrics
song,
and everything, because, yeah.
but I forgot it because there's been a span of 4 months in between.
Yeah,
I somehow
definitely.
didn't get to that part, because there are always some reason or the other. What
Because
happens?
they have a
I
very
don't
interesting style as well. South Indian singing is something.
beautiful. But
Yeah.
even South Indian singing, there is a folk side to it, which
Uh-huh.
is a little different from classical side.
Ah. I mean,
Folk,
do you
when I
remember
hear
anything? Or
something, I remember the tunes.
uh-huh.
So see, this is not like not a typical South Indian style of
Uh-huh.
progression. It's very folk. It's very folk. So this is the street folk
Wow.
from the south.
So do you take, I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
invest
I
some
don't
time,
remember
say
the
for
lyrics,
example,
but
do
I
you
don't want
still
to sing wrong.
you do research and you give a lot of time, dedicate your time to knowing more about these folk styles? Do you do that still?
Happily, yes. Happily,
Wow.
yes.
Great.
And every time I do a song, I get hold of every expert I can on that language, because maybe I don't know the
That's
language,
dedication,
but
and that's how it should be. Great.
because it's like, I think when you're an artist, when you want to get it right more than having the fear of not offending anybody else.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do it right because I might offend people. That's not the point. Because if people know that I've taken that effort, they will love me for the effort anyway.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing it, it has to be right.
I mean, that's the same
I
thing.
cannot
Look,
take
say, for
anything
example,
wrong.
when I had a TV show quite a few years back where every week I had to sing at least 4 or 5 songs live, even though I was the presenter, but I was collaborating with other musicians. So what I used to
Right.
do, sometimes I used to sing folk songs, but at some point I realized it's not for me, because I feel that I don't do the justification that the song needs, and I don't sing it the
That
way.
awareness as an artist is so important, Ershad, Like, everyone has styles and genres that they try. If we
Yeah.
don't try, we'll never figure out. We cannot just do
Exactly.
one thing and say this. Then you get stuck as an artist. You
Yeah,
get
yeah.
stuck in time.
Exactly.
Like,
You're right.
70s is only for me.
Oh,
It
no,
doesn't
no.
work like that.
Definitely.
Music keeps flowing. You have to keep listening and keep listening. Like, I
Yeah.
love Depeche Mode. I love Typo Negative. I love Velvet Underground. I mean, I have,
Wow.
like, I love them, but that doesn't mean that that's all that there is to it. Who doesn't love
Yeah.
Beatles? I love Beatles. I swear by them.
No,
But
no,
then
definitely.
there is another world. Like, I want to sing you this song I love by Sheikh Khaled. It's an Algerian song, Algerian pop song actually. But I fell in love with the song that I heard it, so we kind of do our version of it live. So if you
Let's do it.
are okay with it, I would love to sing it for you and our listeners. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can we
yeah,
go?
please, by all means.
Okay, this is a fun song.
I can tell you love that.
يا شباب يا شباب يا شباب انسي بلادي وشباب يا شباب يا شباب انسي بلادي شباب يا شباب يا شباب انسي بلادي وشباب يا شباب يا شباب انسي بلادي ويلي فيك فيك تعشي والدي الدنيا ويلي فيك فيك تعشي والدي الدنيا يا شباب 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 انسي بلادي شباب يا شباب يا شباب انسي بلادي. So yeah,
Wow. I mean,
great
I
fun
can
on stage.
imagine your live performance will be electrifying. I mean, because
Yeah,
it's so
it's
natural.
really,
It comes to
really,
you. It's like, I want to be live, and I can see that you love to sing. It's such an amazing thing.
yeah, I love to sing and I love to move. I cannot
Yeah.
separate. Like, I love dancing too. That's why I
No,
love
great,
Punjabi music.
Anushree, great. Anushree, hold that thought. I'm coming back to you in terms of that, since you're not doing that many live now, because that's one of the things you do a lot. And I'm going to talk about this one. Hold that thought, and let's get back to Felix and Isabella. Let's see. We have. Okay.
Hello.
Did you like the music? I mean, it's a lot of interesting demonstration. You know, it's a different language, but it's universal anyway, so we understand being musicians, singers.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, we were like sat here like, whoa, it's so good.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing as well. You know, this mutual admiration of musicians and creators. This is something very needed, and this is one of the reasons why I do this show, bringing people from all different parts of the world, because this connection is very important now, especially this crisis, that people should connect. I mean, whoever you are in different parts, that this division, I mean, we had already experienced that it just leaves us very lonely. So I think that's an effort through music if we can bring us together, or everyone. So what song do you have for us?
What you introduced?
This one's called Misery Loves Company.
And it's who wrote this? And
we both wrote this.
Yeah.
Great.
It was one of the earlier ones we did.
Yeah, it's one of the earlier songs we wrote together. And it's
which
about
year?
mental health.
2018, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah.
And it's about mental health, did you say?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Let's have a listen, and we'll talk more about the song.
Yeah, cool.
What you see, here's what you get. I'm holding things deep down in my chest. Keep it all to myself. Confused and trapped in my mind, feeling lonely like I'm lost my mind. I'm not in control. Sifting through my mind state, knowing that I'm not okay. Idyllic illusions, hiding most realities. Misery loves company. Just want to know not the only one, 'cause misery loves company. Intrusive thoughts won't let me be. This anxiety is drowning me. Please, I need to be free. Sifting through my mind state, knowing that I'm not okay. Idyllic illusions, hiding most realities. 'Cause misery loves company. Just want to know not the only one. 'Cause misery loves company. 'Cause misery loves company. Just want to know I'm not the only one. 'Cause misery loves company. Everyone sometimes feels shit. I'm learning to deal with it. Everyone has their ups and downs. Throw my dread through the ground. Everyone sometimes feels it. Let's all talk about it. Everyone has their ups and downs. Don't shame me, frown. 'Cause misery loves company. Just want to know I'm not the only one. 'Cause misery loves company. Misery loves company. Just want to know I'm not the only one. 'Cause misery loves company. 'Cause misery loves company. Just want to know I'm not the only one, 'cause misery loves company. Company.
Wow. Great job. I love that.
Thanks.
And great guitar as well. It was really vibey and it was keeping going at the same time, pushing the song forward. ANUSHREE, yeah?
Loved it, loved it, loved it.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh.
I mean, ANUSHREE's songs are like that as well. It's really driven at the same time, the performance-wise, so she can relate to it. I can understand, definitely. So, and what prompted you to write this song? This is about mental health, you said.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've struggled with mental health on and off for like a lot of my end of my teenage years. So I think the song for me is about the idea that if we all talked about it a bit more, it'd make everyone feel a bit better, because
we can talk about it. What was it about? I mean, what was the particular issue that you were going through at the time?
I think a lot to do with just like feeling anxious or very down and stuff that everyone goes through. But I mean, I think, you know, everyone has moments in their life where they feel particularly bad, and I think it's such a thing.
And it can happen any time of your life.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And I think it's a thing that people, you know, they keep a secret. And I think if people spoke about it more, we can connect over it and make ourselves feel better and more open about how everyone goes through
I mean,
stuff.
what was making you worried? Because you have a loving family and because you have a lot of support around you. So what was keeping you worried, or what was worrying you? What were the things?
Well,
would you imagine things like, oh, it's coming, something is coming, but you don't know what?
I think for me, it's like I do have such a loving family, and it's nothing to do with my situation. I think it's to do with, I mean, like chemical imbalances and just the way your brain works. I think, you know, sometimes there's nothing that you even need to worry about, yet you worry about something.
Exactly.
It's like,
this is what they say. You'll see that sometimes I feel it myself, that I'm sitting and everything is going well and I shouldn't be worrying about, I should be happy. But there's something I said, okay, everything is well. Oh, something is coming. What's going to happen next? Oh, something is coming. Definitely.
Yeah, and you don't need to worry about anything at all.
Yeah, so they say to stay and think about the present, stay in the present. And don't worry about what's coming. You can't control that.
Exactly.
And the thing is that our life is just a collection of all present times, you know. There's no past, there's no... Because your past was a present, and the present is a present, and when the future would come, there'll be another set of presents. That's all. So we just have to live in the moment. So what helped you to come out of that kind of mindset or the struggle that you were going through?
I think, well, I was on medication as well. But in general, I think it's just talking about it and opening up rather than keeping it all inside, because as soon as you talk about it with someone can be like, give you advice or help you, or just they just know.
So who did you first start talking about it? Did you start share with someone? Who did you share
my
with?
parents were very, very much
supportive.
there for me, and supportive. So they helped me a lot. And I think then I went to university and just, I think that was such a good thing for me, being around lots of different people. So.
Music is a therapy as well, and you have such a lovely voice.
Yeah. And I really want to go into music therapy, maybe, possibly in the future.
Oh, that makes perfect sense, because you've been through it, so you can relate to those people. If someone comes to you with this thing, you said, I definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
you can be in their shoes, literally. Wow, and you're fortunate. Not everyone has that thing that they can relate to, or they can have, that resort to. And
like I have an output to put my emotions in.
You have an output, definitely. That's a solace, and that's a shelter for you, kind of. And Felix, in terms of your guitar, what's the style that you follow or you influenced by?
Well, for that song in particular, I don't know.
Everything.
I think around the time I was trying to get into more like fingerstyle stuff. But I don't know. I've since kind of gone back to like just using a pick and.
I mean, I see you have an interesting style as well. Sometimes I see your videos, like their challenge videos when you are, those are really nice, lovely playing. Because I remember from I love more jazz kind of playing, jazz fusion. But I want to learn about sweep picking. I want to learn about legatos and these, that, you know, I want to do the, all those things.
Trust me. Every week is a new thing for me. Like, I want to like get really good at.
Yeah, we can be so greedy, I know.
Yeah.
And Isabella, what about you in terms of singing? Is there anyone you follow or you're influenced by?
I've been influenced by so many people, but I mean, Amy Winehouse is a big one for me.
I can tell.
But yeah, lots of different people. I think the singer Beverly Knight.
Oh yeah.
She was one of the people that I heard and was like, whoa, I want to start singing.
She's more like late 90s, isn't it? Or 90s?
Yeah. My dad actually had her CD and he put it on in the car. So that's how he influenced me with her.
Yeah, I used to have her CD as well. I used to listen. I mean, she has lovely music. I mean, the compositions are lovely.
Definitely.
So, what's you listening at the moment? Anything that really inspiring you?
I listen to a lot of music. I listen to music when I feel I want to be inspired musically, and then music where I just want to have fun and not listen to.
It's really hard, you know. Back in those days, I always think, say for example, I grew up during the time when we had those cassettes as well. So I used to buy them, and then CD came, and now it's streaming. So the thing is that when you had that cassette, you had to listen to that album.
Yeah.
Because you were just kind of compelled that no, you can't do anything. But now it's so easy. You can just skip songs. It's really hard as a musician and composer. Say you're creating something, but probably people are not giving it proper 10 seconds if they don't like the intro.
Like you always try and listen to stuff in the order that they put it.
If an album comes out and I really want to listen to it, I'll listen to the album like how it's intended, because I still believe that that's how you should listen to music.
Definitely.
But like a lot of things, like I was saying, playlists are a big thing now. Like people just shuffle everything.
Spotify.
If it's not engaging enough in the first 10 seconds, it's a skip. And everyone wants everything. Everyone wants everything like now and.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the shortest span, the attention span that we have, they talk about. And look at the different apps that are coming out. Say, for example, Snapchat. I could never get into that. Do you guys have Snapchat?
I do have Snapchat.
It's not my favorite, but
I don't use it anymore. I had it when I was younger, when I was like a teenager, but now I don't really.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, 10 seconds, 15 is it?
Yeah, 10 seconds, I think.
Yeah, I think you can change it the seconds, but.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the highest you can take it to?
I don't actually know.
I think they've gone up now. I think it might be like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like hold it down and you can.
Yeah, definitely. If someone knows better than we do, then they can come and share that information. But yeah, that's the thing. Look at all those apps, like even on Instagram, a video you can put. I mean, there's a limit that how much you can.
Yeah, you can only put 1 minute.
Yeah, so it's like this shorter attention span that we have. It's affecting. But how good is it for musicians or people who are just putting their blood, sweat, and tears to creating this interesting music?
Yeah, I feel like
how do you put that into 1 minute? How do you put all of that?
And say probably the intro is not that great for the first 10 seconds.
It's like gets the chorus.
Or at least probably the 12th second or the 12th, 13th second is really good, but you missed out.
At that point, so
that's sad. I mean, I'll be talking more about these things with you guys, and at the same time, Isabella, it's great to know how you cope with this, and many people who are listening to it, and I'm glad to hear that you're going into music therapy as well. That'd be something. It would be so helpful for other people. I mean, this is something I want to do my PhD on as well. I mean, something related with neuroscience and music, how it affects how our brain works. So that's something I'm very interested in. So yeah, we'll be talking about this more. Okay. So let's get back to ANUSHREE. ANUSHREE, we were having some interesting conversation on how music can be a therapy. How does music help you?
It helped me a lot. I also had issues when I was growing up. Different kind of issues. I was a very angry kid. You know, I was a very good student. And during that time, I think when you're good in studies, a lot of things don't get to your parents, you know, because she's doing well in studies, you know. Because that was supposed to be the only yardstick to measure the quality of student.
Or how good you are as a kid.
You know, I used to get angry on things that are supposed to be gotten angry with, but I used to get more than required angry, I would say, you know. I was very mardhar kind of a kid and stuff like that. And when music happened to me, it actually calmed me down, you know, in ways I didn't know. So,
And so when you started learning, or you started having your lessons or instruction in music, that's when things started changing for you?
yes, and it's changing every day because I'm learning every day. You know, not just music. I would say music, yoga, you know, eating good stuff.
Yeah, eating,
When people
definitely.
talk
Eating,
to you,
sleeping. It's very important. People
yeah,
should know.
when people talk to you, listen, you know, listen. When you talk, make sure that you're talking to people who genuinely care for you. I mean, just I think ensuring good space, be it art, be it friendship, be it communication, be it anything. If you can ensure yourself good space, which is your head first, you know, your calmness, whatever it is.
Yeah,
I
because
think all
mentioning about the
that
listening
is,
to people, that's a very good point. Because sometimes you see,
yeah,
more often than not, I mean, even I was guilty of that at some point, probably. But I try to, you know, with maturity and with some other enlightenment, we realize these things. Sometimes it's like you're talking, say Anushree is talking to me, and I'm like, okay, I already know what I want to talk about. Okay, Anushree, when you're finishing, I'm going to jump into it and I'm going to say, but whatever you said, I didn't listen. So it
yeah.
doesn't work that way, and it's not
And that
therapeutic.
conversation doesn't work. That conversation, and you know, both the parties know that neither of them are listening. So, and it
What
will
do you think
lose
of
all.
me? Have I been listening to you? Have I been good enough?
You're great. You're perfect.
All
And
right,
I
thank
hope
you.
I have been good to you as well. I think this is
Oh,
you and
you
everyone,
are
the artists, they are so nice.
amazing guest.
I'm really happy to be here. If I haven't
Same
said it
here. I'm
before,
privileged,
I'm
Anushree.
really happy to be
And
here.
you know,
And I'm on quarantine.
when the
I'm on
person,
quarantine, so
yeah,
it's good.
when a person like you, it's not only about, I just come out of that show mindset. I'm not thinking that I'm on TV doing my live show. I'm literally thinking I'm among friends and talking to them and having fun. This is what all about for me. I told you, even when we started talking about the show, that Anushree will have fun. So that's the idea for
Yeah.
me. It's not about, okay, now the show starts, it's a Sunday evening and we are on air television network. It's not about that, you know. I just wanted to have fun. And you are such an amazing guest.
Thank you so much.
An amazing person, I
You're
would say. Not a guest. You're a person. You're a friend as well. So yeah, I'll put it this way.
Absolutely. Thank you
So
so much for having me.
no, definitely, Anushree. It's my privilege, as I was saying. So Anushree, I would like to play probably another song. And this song,
I think we should play Tishnagi, you know, because
Tishnagi.
Tishnagi, I also want to dedicate this song to our fellow artists who are with us today, because I understood they love the acoustic percussive vibe as well. And
Yeah.
this song has amazing guitar work by Shukanti.
Yeah.
I have to tell you that Shukanti is one half of Shukanti Anushree, and he is a brilliant mind, a brilliant musician, a brilliant painter. Many people don't know that. And this guitar is this song is just beautifully.
It's full of guitars.
Like,
Yeah, I love that. And it's very
full of
dynamic, you
a
know. It
lot of
moves
guitars and
it's a very nice way.
percussive. Yeah, and it's got a song. I haven't written the song. Tushar has written the song. He's also in the video, and we shot it in a beautiful place. It's like a workshop setup.
Shukanti is the one with long hair in this video, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, so people would know. I kind of guess because I've seen him in other videos as well, so I know as a band member. I recognize him.
If we were not on quarantine, Shukanti could have joined the session.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would love that. I was kind of thinking as well because he's your band. Yeah, so let's have a listen to Tishnagi. And what does it mean, Tishnagi?
Tishnagi means fashion.
Fashion.
Fashion. Yeah.
Oh wow, Tishnagi. Okay, let's have a listen. Let's have a listen to Tishnagi, and I think it's an amazing song. I love how it moves forward.
I love it. Right.
बादलों में कहीं एक आशियाना है तुमको और मुझे बस चलते जाना है हाथों में मेरे तू दे दे अपने तुम और मैं कभी थे अजनबी मुस्कुराहटों में तुम्हारी मिली जिंदगी तन्हा रास्तों में अब तू ही मेरा साथ बीती बातें भुला के नए रास्तों पे हम चले ए मंजिले नए फासले तय करने हैं तू जान ले सपनों में हकीकत में खोई हुई खुशियों को ढूंढे देखूं मैं जहाँ भी तुम बस हो वही ख्यालों के समंदर में डूब जाए यही सारी दूरियां मिट जाए कहीं मुलाकातों में तुम दिन दिन बढ़ते पास उम्मीदें जगी फिर एक है नया एहसास जिंदगी से फिर न जाना कभी बीती बातें भुला के नए रास्तों पे हम चले ए मंजिले नए फासले तय करने हैं तू जान ले सपनों में हकीकत में खोई हुई खुशियों को ढूंढे ढूंढती मैं हर कहीं पुरानी यादों में जा जा कर वो पर साथ तो था हर घड़ी सब मुश्किलों में जो देखी थी तृष्णगी अब तुमसे ही है बंदगी अब तुमसे ही है हाथों की लकीरें बन गए तुम बीती बातें भुला के नए रास्तों पे हम चले ए मंजिले नए फासले तय करने हैं तू जान ले सपनों में हकीकत में खोई हुई खुशियों को ढूंढे
Wow, I think the song went on a loop. I was like, okay, well, there's a second part as well. It's a lovely song. And, you know, the guitar, you're so true about it. Shukant is playing and how, and even the lyrics. And it's such a laid back tune. It's really calms you down. It's really, I love that.
We really wanted to make it very, you know, very Kings of Convenience.
We have a caller. Let me take this call. Hello.
Hi, this is Esther from Fitzroy House.
Hello, Esther from Fitzroy House in London. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I realize I should have my own slot every week now.
You should. You definitely should. I mean, at some point, we probably should have to put your picture, probably.
Oh, my God, yes.
I mean, with your permission, definitely. So,
no, of course.
Esther, let us know. What do you think of the show tonight? Or the musicians or the guest?
Oh my goodness! I mean, I've been watching since the beginning, as I do, and I was really impressed.
Thanks for your support all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. But once again, you've pulled off some amazing artists again, both the ones from the UK and both from abroad. And somehow, I don't know how you do it. And every week you say, this is it. This is the week, and then you bring in even more amazing people. And I think it's wonderful how they're all creating while they're at home. I think if everyone do that,
it's an amazing thing, isn't it? The world is full of so many creative people, creative minds, talented people, isn't it?
Absolutely.
This is a testament.
It really is. And I think it's amazing that, you know, whether they grew up with families who were playing music or not, regardless of it, they have their own impotence and own desire to create in this art form. And it's inspirational. It really is inspirational. And I thought, I hope that the English girl doesn't mind. But you know, I thought, oh, she's cute, and then wow, bang, sound, this is amazing. The voice, unbelievable.
Yeah, she always keeps on surprising. That's what she does everywhere.
Oh my goodness me! But all your performers, they're delightful.
Oh,
they're
thank you, Esther. It means
really,
a lot,
really, really
and
nice.
especially definitely it's an inspiration for them as well.
Oh yes, absolutely. And again, I think it's great that you're doing this show specifically because, you know, I mean, I normally lead a completely different life. I do a lot of events, I do a lot of charity work and stuff, but I would otherwise never be exposed to these artists that you know, and it's been very inspirational all around. So thank you to you as well.
No, you're welcome, and definitely, probably as we are talking about every week, we just keep on talking about this one. Probably when we have this live event, as you're saying, that In Harmony with Ershad, probably live from Fitzroy House, and we can have many of our singers or musicians from all around the world if they can make it, or even the people who are in London. That would be really amazing to have them on stage.
I mean, we could even have people that are on screen or online if they can't fly in, which I would completely
that's a very good idea. We can have it on a big screen.
Absolutely, we can do. We can go for a Guinness Book of World Records with craziest number of countries that are contributing to In Harmony with Ershad.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because I would like to mention in this connection that the Church of Scientology you're involved with, and you do quite a lot of amazing musical events and online as well during the lockdown. That's what I've seen, like 3-hour shows, even Chick Corea, and a lot of other amazing jazz musicians. Everyone was there, and. How does it work? I mean, how do you guys pull them off? I mean, how does it work for you guys?
I mean, we basically a few years ago created our own TV channel, which is the Scientology TV, and it's our own TV station in the US. There's about 500 videos on the whole subject, which explain it better than I could ever do it justice with. But Mr. Hubbard said that culture is only as great as its dreams, and its dreams are dreamt by artists. Wow. And so we have. Obviously, as part of this whole COVID-19 situation, there was this wonderful concert that was put together with musicians from all around the world, and that's where I really got excited about. Good, this is the way now. I mean, this is the way. And artists, you know, find ways to communicate. Artists can communicate no matter where they are. This is what they do, and this is what I think is really, really good. So yeah, that's how we do it, and we'll continue to do it.
Definitely, and I'm looking forward to it as well at some point. And it's really nice that someone like you're such a great listener. And as I was mentioning, that you were a jazz head, and a lot of good music that I have come across and that you have shared with me as well. So I've been fortunate enough. And since you have this repertoire, your brother is a musician, your mom and dad, they're like pro musicians who've been performing, and they've been in the scene in Holland, right?
Well, everyone moved to England many years ago, and my parents, my father was he's a classical musician. He's a conductor for a number of large orchestras in Holland. He's a violin player, as is my mum, and that's how they met, actually. In fact, shout out to mum and dad. It was their 44th anniversary just a few days ago. But, they brought music to all of us.
Yeah.
And so I started with violin naturally because we all did what Dad did, and then me and my brother, we sort of branched off to different subjects. I also danced for a long time, but my brother has his own band. He's a bass player and a drummer, and my sister plays the piano. So music has been part of our upbringing.
You play the piano too?
I do play the piano indeed. Yes.
Yeah, but you're more of a dancer, I guess.
Yeah, but you know, that was the career I wanted to follow until I realized that I wanted to do more with my life, and I really went into event management, event organizations, and PR, and this is where I got this great job over here with this house, which is a community
it's a lovely place,
and it's a museum. Yeah, and we love having artists here because artists are the world communicators, and so
true.
It's going to be great when we can open up again. We're not open yet, just because museums are behind everyone, but when that day comes, we'll be ready.
If only you serve food in museums, you know.
No, but we do. We actually do. We do the whole catering. We do everything as part of it. And when In Harmony with Ershad comes over, it will all be on me in support of the art.
Yeah. You can next week. You can share the menu with us, so we'll think about it.
Will do. Will do.
All right, Esther. Great talking to you as always.
Absolutely.
It was fun. So
thank you very much. And thank you to all your wonderful guests. You're all very inspirational. And please don't ever stop playing until the last breath.
Oh, thank you. That's really such a sweet message.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Esther, keep watching and have a great evening. All right.
Thank you, Ershad, and thank you for the show.
Oh, always. It's an inspiration. Your calls are always an inspiration. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Good
so
to
we
know.
have, bye. Have a great evening. And we have this number going on screen at the moment. So whoever wants to get in touch with us from any part of the world, you can call using your WhatsApp. And the number is 07308192908. So, and we are here. I'll talk to you live as Esther did. And you can shout out to anyone you'd like. And at the same time, the guests who are here, performers and amazing singers and musicians, you can talk to them. And if you want to give them, I mean, definitely some kind words of inspiration, we always love that. Who wouldn't? So you can do that one. And okay, now probably I'll get back to, again, Felix and Isabella. And let's see what you have up your sleeve now.
Is it Camber?
Yeah.
We're gonna sing another song that we've written called Camber.
Yeah. What does it mean?
And well, it's about I have 3 dogs at my home, my family home in Kent, and one of them called Jess, the oldest one. She's not been very well because she's very old, and she's doing well at the moment. But earlier in the year, we had a bit of a shock, and she was very ill. So I wrote the song about my memories of her.
Wow.
And there's a beach near where I live called Camber Seas, so that's what it's called. Well,
Wow.
no, it's called Camber Sands actually.
I love that. You know
But,
how things are like related, and this is what the inspirations are there. I mean, this is how we create. Amazing. Please, all yours.
Are you alright? I heard you deaf, blind, shaking through the night. Are you okay? Old age causing quite a fright. Are you in pain? Eyes revolving, mind in demise. Are you trembling? Young and hot, but it's drawing close tonight. Memories of 7, walking through the apple trees. Oh, when you swallowed a bee, all down by Camber Seas. Your family, so don't leave, don't leave. Keep breathing. I'm rushing home to wrap you in my arms. Oh, I'm crying. Your last breath soaking up my mind. Bidding goodbye. Wishing sleep and peaceful dreams tonight. You'll be alright. I'll hold you here close to my heart. Memories of 7, walking through the apple trees. Oh, when you swallowed a bee, all down by Camber Seas. Your family, so don't leave, don't leave. And it's not your time to go yet. 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 And it's not your time.
Wow, beautiful. I could literally hear the pain. You know, amazing. Whose composition is this?
It's both.
Yeah.
Great
Again,
job.
yeah,
Again,
same deal.
This song was actually written really, really quickly. It just came very
Yeah, it was like the
naturally.
last one we did, and we were like, we need like because your project needed to be a certain amount of time, and
is it for the final assignment as well?
Yeah, for my final assignment.
And we need to make up time, so we were just like, let's just throw this one together, and it's turned out to be like
one of my favorites. Yeah.
Do you see the point? Why should be thankful to life? Because that's what, even for your finals, all the elements that you're getting is from life.
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, some of the negatives made positives, like us having to write the song so quickly, and
great job. Even sometimes the losses are they're a negative thing because that creates a vacuum, but at the same time it can be positive. That's
I think it's a good thing to be able to make positives out of negatives, for sure. Like I think music's a good example of how people can do that.
And it's a lovely message as well. I mean, definitely well said. So, and Felix, are you planning to get into session work as well? What's your plan? Like bring a producer, player, or definitely you have the band now, like a duo you're doing. It's working great.
Everything really. Like, I mean, I'd love to do some session work. Like if anyone needs guitar playing,
you're the man.
Where can they find you? Where can they find you? Is there any website, or is there any way
to website, but basically Instagram or Facebook.
What's the handle? I mean, how would they find it?
It's just my name, Felix Belly.
Felix Belly. Okay.
Yeah, that's
probably if we have the name on screen, people would see better.
Yeah. So if anyone needs
Isabella, we just used your name, just the first part of it, but the full name is
Isabella Askey Brown. It's a long one. Yeah. Askey.
Okay.
And Brown.
Okay. And do we find you with the same name or Isabella? How do you find you on Instagram?
I actually have a YouTube channel which I will hopefully start posting on. I've only got like 2 videos on there called Isabella Brown I, because that was my school username on the laptop.
But your friends do call you Izzy as well, is it?
Yeah, it's a mixture. I think some people call me Isabella or some people call me Izzy. So, and some people call me Bella as well. So
that's nice.
You can make my name into anything. So
okay, I mean that would definitely be easy as well. Yeah. Have the shortened forms. And Felix is always Felix, right?
It's just always Felix.
Yeah, he doesn't like
short names.
He's always Felix. Yeah, no, nothing fancy about it. Yeah, it's just Felix. All right, man. But yeah, amazing guitar. Definitely, it's a class on its own. So let's get back to ANUSHREE, and we are coming towards the end of this show, and I'd like to probably get into one more song from ANUSHREE, and hello, ANUSHREE is there? Yeah. So ANUSHREE, you had a collaboration with Rupankar, one of the amazing male singers, a senior singer from Kolkata. And he sang for movies.
And that happened again very beautifully.
Yeah, really? I mean, we listened to the story. I mean, the thing is how I came to know him. I mean, a few years ago, I said a long time ago, he had an album where the song was Tumi ki ekhono eka boshe ei dhoroner. Tumi ki ekhono. That's the song. So I remember the song. It was such a lovely tune.
Yeah. The one I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. So and
Kolkata has been here for a long time. He has sung the best songs, his own albums for films. He has won awards, and he's a fantastic human being and an artist. And he's a real survivor. He has been there for so long, and he has sustained so beautifully.
It's really hard.
It is. And I just got a message from him on Facebook, that he wrote that Amar Shange Tomar Lekha Ekta Gan Korbe. I mean, non-Bengali listeners. He just said that you want the song with me that you wrote. And that was amazing. And I had written this song and I sent it to him. It's called Bhuler Khata.
Bhuler Khata.
It means, it's the beauty of errors, if you are making mistakes, then you're on my team, let's roll. Sounds like a plan, like that. So he loved the song, and also not just because of the lyrics, but also the song. Ershad, it's very interesting how the song goes from a G to A to B.
Oh, there's a lot of modulation. Wow.
Yeah, but in a way that you have no way to come back. Like the song starts on G, so it's like You'll think it's the same scale. It's not. You cannot remember the scale again. You will go to an A.
The key keeps on changing.
Yeah, the key keeps on changing in a way you can't pull. And also that made me kind of name it Buler Khata. So everything about the song was like somehow the beauty of.
So where it ends, it starts on a G, then where it ends.
Yeah, it starts on a G, then it goes to an A, then it goes to a B. Okay. But if I hadn't told you, you wouldn't really think that the scales.
Yeah, I mean, definitely there are techniques like we can connect like the same notes on a scale and go to the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you think it before, then you call it technique. But when you didn't know that that's what is happening.
Who composed it? Who was the composer?
I made the melody. I made the melody and I took it to Shukanti. And Shukanti said, okay, so it changes, right? It shifts. And I'm like, does it? Because to my ears, I was just, because I don't use instruments to make my
melody. So Rupankar came up with the idea of this collaboration. Then who wrote the song?
The song was done. The song was done. Me and Shukanti had done the song quite some time back. And then but we hadn't released it. We had it.
Oh, you just told him that we have a song ready. So if you want to sing.
You want to give it a listen, and he loved it. And he said, let's do this song together. So me and Shukanti came together. We brought more people together, like JB, our friend, played the drums. And Shukanti played the guitar. We arranged it. I made the melody. I made the lyrics. I sang with Rupankar. And we made the video. Unfortunately, Shukanti is not there on the video because he couldn't come to Kolkata that time. I had to come for a show, so I could.
Oh, Shukanti lives in Mumbai as well.
Yeah, we both work from there. We compose together. We perform together. We have an act together.
Let's have a listen to that song first. We'll get back to the song again. Okay, so let's listen to Buler Khata. I love that song. That's an amazing composition as well. And now I'll be more interested.
Yeah.
ভুলের খাতায় নাম লিখবি বাধ্যের আকাশ দায়বদ্ধতায় ভুলের খাতায় নাম লিখবি বাধ্যের আকাশ দায়বদ্ধতায় কাল বাঁচবো কি ভালো সাজবো কি জানে কোথায় হবে কারবি কাল বাঁচবো কি ভালো সাজবো কি জানে কোথায় হবে কারচুপি কথা নেই হঠাৎ প্রেম দেয় কি চেনা অভিনয় অচেনা সময় ব্যস্ত অধম দিন পাচ্ছে ক্ষয় সুরতালবিহীন মস্তিষ্কের লয়
পারবি কি তুই বুঝতে আমায় চাপা স্বভাব কলসিতে গায়ে পারবি কি তুই বুঝতে আমায় চাপা স্বভাব কলসিতে গায়ে আর করব না আমি অপচয় হাত ফেলব না খাবার সময় আর করব না আমি অপচয় হাত ফেলব না খাবার সময় আর চাইব না তোর পরিচয় ভুল খাতাটা এন্ট্রি করার সময় বিশেষ এই দুঃসময় প্রিয় গন্ধ সেই এক অসহায়
একের পর এক ফুলের মালা কাছে আনুন বেলায় একের পর এক ফুলের মালা কাছে আনুন বেলায় আর করব না আমি অপচয় আর ফেলব না খাবার সময় আর করব না আমি অপচয় আর ফেলব না খাবার সময় আর চাইব না তোর পরিচয় ভুল খাতাটা এন্ট্রি করা সময় বিশেষ এই দুঃসময় প্রিয় গন্ধ সেই একা অসহায়
I love this. And you wrote the lyrics, did you say?
Yeah, yeah.
It's really, bhat telbo na khawar shomoy. That was interesting concept.
Yeah, even Shrikant said the same thing, That's the first thing he kind of pointed out. I remember when I got the lyrics to him and I sang the song out to him, and he's like,
so are you guilty of that? Do you do that? Do you leave a lot of rice all the time? I mean, on the plate or something? How did it come about?
Maybe when I wrote it, there is something, or I'm disclosing too much, but I will. What happens is sometimes when you write something, like it happens to me, I write about very specific things,
Okay.
I'm extremely specific. Like maybe it had happened, with something, with someone, and that bhat khawa it was not metaphor. It was literal, But later, I forget why I felt what I felt, why I wrote what I wrote. So when after 3-4 years,
organic.
It's very in the moment. I'm a very in the moment person also.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody actually asks me what was the song about, what was that about, I actually have forgotten. I have to make up stuff and tell them, because I have to say something. But actually,
thanks for the honesty.
I think that's my problem. But yeah, I think, but isn't it true, when you write about general stuff, when you write about freedom or when you write about empowerment and equality, this, that, you know what you might have been talking about 5 years back because you believe the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're talking about a very specific human experience, you have moved on from there, and how you don't remember,
I mean, if the process is really subconscious, because say, for example, you have been through something and it's stuck with your mind at some corner of your mind, but you just, when you're writing, suddenly it just picks up from there and it just comes and goes. That's all. It's almost like a dream.
And what happens is when I write songs, in one single song, it can talk about, the first verse can talk about life, the second verse can talk about a lover, third verse can talk about a river. So, like when in the first verse, you'll see it said, "Bhuler khataye naam likh diya hai, badher akash dai bodhotai." So I try to back up my statement, like come enroll in Bhuler khata, because I assure you that whatever is following a system, like akash, when it's becoming morning and then afternoon, that night, it's also doing out of duty. It's not maybe enjoying it. It's
very, very nice observation.
So this, if you ask me, I can tell you, because this is something I know what I'm talking about, even after 5 years. But if you ask me, like things like আর করবো না আমি অপচয় ভাত ফেলবো না খাবার সময়. I'm sure
You are a really
there was some
creative person. You know
conversation.
that. I mean, I'm loving the conversation because it's something that you observe as if you are a bystander and you're standing outside. You're keeping yourself outside the scene, and even whether
Yeah.
when the movie's being played, you're one of the actresses. You're there, but you are taking yourself out of that scene and you're watching from outside what's happening, and then you're putting that experience inside in your writing. I mean, it's lovely observation. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. I think you have to be able to separate yourself from you,
Yeah.
and then you can come up with whatnot. Yeah.
Amazing, Anushree. I mean, I can keep going talking about these issues and how you look at things, how you create things, and where you get your ideas.
I also write a lot of songs, Ershad, from my dreams. A lot of my song content are things that I've seen in my dreams.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was
remember
saying, that our subconscious is a very interesting thing because we are sucking in throughout that. Even when you're talking to me and I'm talking to you, there are things we are looking at each other's stream of consciousness. And say, for example, when you go to bed tonight, I mean, which it's already quite late in your end. I mean, I still have time. So when I go to bed and suddenly I might have dream about something, I might see something I've never seen, but probably it would be your clock or it would be that curtain or something.
Yeah,
And that's interesting.
Absolutely. Like I have a song called Asha Jawa, it's not released. And I had dreamt the night before, after which I actually wrote the song about this guy who always wears a raincoat because he's always scared if it might rain.
Ah, okay.
That's all I saw in my dream, that there was this guy who's going to a restaurant and he's always having his raincoat on. He's going to, wherever he's going, he has it because he's always thinking it might rain.
Have you made a music video of that song?
No, I haven't even.
That'd be funny. That'd be interesting. Please do that. Please do that. And with the character, because you remember that. That'd be
I can choose somebody else for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of stuff. And then again, that thing comes out, when somebody asks you. So I face this a lot as an artist. Somebody when asks you about what the song is about, a lot of my songs, I don't remember what was it exactly about. So I make up stuff. So I want to apologize to all the journalists.
I think you keep on creating a lot. I think you're always writing, is it?
I am always writing. I'm very imaginative. To the point that my parents were scared of
Have you ever had
when
writer's block? Have you ever had, like you couldn't really produce anything?
I'm waiting for that day.
No, please don't. Please don't. It's a blessing that you have this free-flowing creativity that's happening all the time.
I did have. Actually, when the lockdown began, I was having bouts of... I was very sad, not just for myself, but for people who are really less fortunate. And it was... You cannot really write. You can write when you're sad, but you can't write when you see devastation all around to a point where you don't know what's coming.
But there have been a lot of projects, like people were doing a lot of COVID-19 projects, a lot of songs. Even I had to work on one project as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I just...
But you are an exception. You never follow the trends. So this time you haven't...
I just find it, no, see, if you're doing like from a news perspective, if you want to create material for COVID, it's different. What you're doing is different. It's beautiful. It's required. But I don't want to write a song on Corona. It's a cheap stunt,
Yeah.
It's like, because when
I get it. It's a very valid point.
We have to use every crisis to be heard. Every crisis. I mean, there is a limit to desperation, and that's how I look at it.
That's really very responsible. I mean, we sometimes definitely I understand it would inspire you. It's a thing, but I always ask people the thing. Okay, what next? You made the song, it's made, and the music videos I've seen. But what's next now? I mean, for those people who are going through it, I mean, how is going to serve those people?
I'm getting a lot of calls, for like a song about
projects.
Corona, madam. I mean, what? Yeah, Corona, and that's how the song. And I said, you know what? I want to write. The next song I'm going to write is about a butterfly's birthday party. That's what I'm writing.
Okay.
Are you interested? Because it's for me. I mean, I have to have some integrity as a human being. Forget as an artist. I cannot.
They really have a short-lived life. You know that. I mean, it's really hard to find them for the next birthday. Butterflies.
That birthday better be one hell of a birthday. Yeah,
exactly. Because that's only once in a lifetime, All right, Anushree, on that note, I'll get back to Felix and Belly. Felix and Isabella. Oh my God, what am I saying? Felix and Bella. That's how I can get away with. You guys might be laughing. Come on. Okay, so let's get back to Isabella and Felix. And probably we'll listen to this last song. What is it about? Please have we can have some intro about this.
It's called Rose Thorn Mind, and it's about mental health again, and it's about how your mind's like a rose, and it's so beautiful, yet there are thorns.
No, it's a
that get
great
in the
thing,
way.
Isabella. You know, the thing is that every time, whatever you're feeling, you just create this therapy for yourself. And it's therapeutic that your music helped you like this and you created
Yeah,
these songs out
exactly.
of this situation, whatever you've been going through. Amazing. Great job.
Thank
So let's have a listen.
Melancholy tears hydrate my inner fears. I'm scared of it all. Your opinions are my downfall. I'm terrified of the outside. Save me, save me, save me. Sexual leaves a teleprogram on and off. I can't stick to that sheet. Sexual leaves a teleprogram on and off, 'cause I feel I'm getting better. But am I getting better? It grows and grows, flowering in my mind, my rose thorn mind. It breaks me every time, my rose thorn mind. Sun-soaked smiles conceal my dark demise. I'm lost in it, oh, glowing through this black hole. I'm tired of feeling lonesome. Please, oh, save me, save me, save me. Sexual is a teleprogram on and off. I can't stick to that sheet. Sexual is a teleprogram on and off, 'cause I feel I'm getting better. But am I getting better? It grows and grows, flowering in my mind, my rose thorn mind. It breaks me every time, my rose thorn mind.
Wow, what a way to end this performance, you know? I mean, I'm just amazed. And first of all, on many counts, I would say, the lyrics is so amazing, so heartfelt and so personal. And the tune was so relevant to the lyrics. I loved it. Who composed it?
It was
us,
both of us
yeah, us
again.
again.
Great, Joanne and Felix. The guitar parts there. I mean, I love that. That's really good, man. That's amazing. I'm so glad you guys are here, and everyone definitely loved you guys. And
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
you know, it's my privilege. And we had this last message for you guys. It's beautiful lyrics, so deep and meaningful, Isabella. Yeah, definitely. As I was saying.
That's very nice.
No, I mean, I just can hope that you guys would keep on creating like this, and this this creation that you're just getting the inspiration out of life, and how you're making it so positive. That's such a great message, Isabella, and how music can help us. This is, and we can see you guys, as I'm saying, it's a example for everyone. You have exemplified. And Isabella, how you have coped with the situation that you faced, and you're there and totally healthy and doing such lovely
I'm
performance.
here today.
Yeah, definitely you are. And amazing voice, an amazing guitar playing. Great job, man. Loved it. So I'd like to have Anushree at this point as well, because we have come to the end of this show almost. So
That was a lovely song.
isn't
Thank
it?
you very much.
I think it reminds me of that song, the Hindi song. What was the name again? Anushree? That Tishnagi. That the same kind of flow the song had. I really love that. It's
I
so
love
laid
the
back.
guitar film.
Yeah,
I love
did you
how
see
it
that?
can
Yeah, it was so amazing, isn't it? I
Very
mean, that's what I was
impressive.
talking about. He has
Focus
his
on
own
guitar.
style. I mean,
Very
ever since I see him all the time, he has his own style of playing. I mean, it's a mixture of a lot of things. I mean, I think you kept the same thing, because I heard some of the acoustic playing initially, but now you play more electric. But this, finger style, as you were saying, it's there, and to fuse that one with your electric guitar and the playing, the speaking style, it's amazing. Good job, man. So, Anushree, we have come to the end of the show, unfortunately, because I'm loving the show. Trust me, I think so far it's one of my favorite episodes, and because of you guys. Amazing performances, great talk, and it's so heartfelt. I feel like I'm among friends now. And definitely I am. There's no doubt about it. But it's almost like I'm sitting in my living room,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Anushree, is there any message that you'd like to give to your listeners, your fans, or, it's a hard time that people in India are going through. So
I would just say that, lockdown is not as relaxed as it is in many other places. It's not that easy in India as yet. So I want to just tell people, that please put your health first. I know career is on a halt. I know people don't know what's happening tomorrow. But I think what's most at stake is our mental health, secondary diseases, anxiety, panic, uncertainty, and depression. All these will kind of get the better of us if we make COVID a paranoia. We have to be aware, we have to be precautious, careful, but not paranoid about it, not think about it all the time,
And also being creative, probably. This is an example for us. Not everyone will be musician or singer, but they can be creative in their own ways, whatever they can do, or pick up some new skills, I think that would help.
If they don't let paranoia get to them and use the time more constructively.
Yeah.
Something beautiful. Yeah.
Great message. Thank you, Anushree.
Take care.
Yeah, you too as well. And thanks a lot. I would like to thank you for making this time. It's quite late in India at the moment, but you're there with us, and such a lovely conversation. And, as a musician, you're not only a musician or a singer, and so talented you are, but you have your observation and your insight in life. It's really very valuable. It's very precious. And IZZY-FELIX, thank you. What would you like to add for many of your friends are watching, your family members and friends around the world, and even the viewers of Air Television Network? Any message that you'd like to pass on, that you feel that it could be helpful for people? Anything that you feel like.
I don't know. Well, thank you for starters.
Thank you for watching. I think
you're very welcome.
And just hope that everyone's doing okay.
Yeah, I hope everyone's staying safe and
holding on.
Yeah.
Staying at home.
It's just
And from us, keep on creating the beautiful music that you're doing. And we'd like to, probably at some point you get an EP out, and we can.
Yes. Yeah, hopefully we'll be recording one.
I'll have them on repeat. I promise. It's good music. Great. So on that note, I'd like to finish tonight's show, and thanks a lot, and hope to see you guys soon enough so we can have some great time. And people who are watching and people who are with us tonight, I'd like to help you know that whatever happens in life, that's not the end of it. And we can always find a solution for ourselves, as we could see in case of Isabella. She had shared her own personal experience, and we had Felix, who'd been such a great help, and they are a duo and they're doing so great. And Anushree is an amazing personality, and how she looks at life like an outsider and just separating herself from that part. It's an amazing experience. So I had a wonderful time. I hope you had a wonderful time yourself, and In Harmony with Ershad, watching on AR Television Network. So every Saturday at 6 p.m., I would come with my show In Harmony with Ershad, and anyone who's supporting us, and lovely messages. I couldn't get through all the messages and the phone calls we are receiving, and many people were online. We can take all the calls, but it's an inspiration, it's a support. So I hope on that lovely positive message, every one of you, whoever is watching the show tonight, you'd have a great time. And since in London especially that we are going back to normal, I wish the same for the rest of the world, and especially South Asia, Bangladesh, and people, whoever is watching from any part of the world. I hope you keep safe, you stay well and stay healthy, and it can't touch you. And that's all I pray for you. So people, whoever you are, wherever you are, and whichever part of the world you are watching it from, I love you all. And I hope and I thank you for all the support that you show towards this show and In Harmony with Ershad and for AR Television Network. So have a great time, have a great evening, great morning, wherever you're watching it from. And for me, I would like to sign off now and see you again next week, next Saturday at 6 p.m. Take care.